Condolences continue pouring in from all over for Dallas radio legend Kid Kraddick. The medical examiner investigating his death says the popular DJ died from complications of heart disease. Brandon Todd's first on Fox 4 News at Kid Kraddick's studio in Las Colinas. Brandon, touching tributes from fans, and that memorial is growing.
Well, it sure is, Clarice, not just in terms of the number of flowers here, but also in terms of the number of messages, just hundreds of them being written on all these poster boards and big pictures with big poster boards with his picture on it. This one here, thank you for putting it all in perspective. You are loved. Next one down here, you taught me to be humble and to always look on the bright side. A lot of people pouring their hearts out here. His fellow co-hosts also got their chance to address his passing, and we know now more today on what caused his death.
We don't really know how to go about this.
We've never had this happen before. When we left on Friday, I was as mad as fire at Kid Kraddick.
No, you didn't say fire.
They called it a show to celebrate Kid Kraddick's life, not to mourn his death. Kelly Raspberry, Big Al Mack, Jenna Owens, JC, and Psycho Shannon shared memories of the man they considered not only their leader, but their mentor.
And the fact that my last break on the radio with Kid Kraddick is a break where his last words to me were, "I am so proud of you," is something that I will always cherish.
Awesome.
Outside the studio, crowds of loyal listeners lined the sidewalk, many of them tearful, as they listened to his radio family recount Kraddick's final day in New Orleans, where he collapsed during a charity golf event.
Yeah, it just happened so quickly, and at first we thought it was,
Well, we didn't think anything about it. It was warm and muggy in New Orleans like it always is. So we're like, we didn't think it was a huge deal.
We thought he just went to the hospital because he was dehydrated.
Yeah. We know from the preliminary autopsy that Kraddick had cardiac disease, an enlarged heart, and 3 of his 4 main arteries were severely blocked. The exact cause of his death is still pending. These pictures from Desiree Cotton Photography show some of the final moments during the New Orleans golf outing to raise money for Kraddick's beloved charity, Kids Kids. Jenna Owens teed off right behind Kraddick.
He said, "Great shot," and gave me a big thumbs up, and that ended up being the last words that he ever said to me.
After the abbreviated show, the DJs shared hugs and condolences with fans. Many wondering about the program's future without its namesake.
These people are part of our family, and when we heard that he passed away, we just had to come down here.
For the rest of the week, the radio show will run highlights of Kraddick's career while the crew takes time off to mourn. Kraddick was also a big part of Dish Nation on Fox 4. The program paying tribute to the Dallas DJ in tonight's episode.
Kid Kraddick, for sure, loved life. He loved his charity. He loved his friends, and he loved his work. And he passed away doing what he loved. It's such a testament to his personality.
Beyond that, it's unclear what the future holds for Kid Kraddick in the morning, but his crew takes comfort in knowing how he spent his final moments.
And he was golfing, and he was at an event raising money for Kids Kids, and those were 2 of his most favorite things in the entire world, so he was happy. He was happy.
I've heard this message. God bless Caroline and family. Caroline obviously referencing their Kid Kraddick's daughter. There's even a message down here. Prayers for Big Al, Kelly, JC, and Jenna, and Shannon. So people just pouring their hearts out to the entire family involved in this show. We do not yet know the funeral plans or plans for a big memorial for Kid Kraddick. We hope to learn those within the next couple of days. Clarice.
Touching tributes for a humanitarian. Brandon Todd, thank you. One of the big questions for so many fans, what's going to happen with Kraddick's charity, which has already touched the lives of so many families with chronically ill children? Fox 4's Deion Anglin's here with more on the future of Kids Kids. Deion.
Well, that's right, Clarice. A spokesperson for the foundation did confirm for us today the work will go on because it's what Kid would have wanted. Each year, Kids Kids sponsors approximately 50 children and their families for an all-expense-paid trip to Disney World. The funds are raised year-round at events like the golf tournament Kraddick was attending in New Orleans when he passed away. The majority of the money, however, comes through corporate sponsors and donations from listeners to the Kid Kraddick in the Morning radio show. Christy Sanders knows all too well. Her youngest son, 6-year-old Zach, and the family went on the most recent Disney trip in November.
I think it's more important than ever that people dig deep into their hearts and give when the time comes to make sure that everything Kid did continues.
Well, Sanders' son, Zach, suffers from a brain disorder that causes him to have seizures. At one point, as many as 50 seizures a day. And the amount of money raised this past weekend in New Orleans is still being realized, but we are told it is at least $16,000. Clarice?
Deon, thank you.